Hello and welcome back to Southern Tiff TV. Today's recipe is going to be chicken fricassee. You will need the following. Heat up your pan to the lowest setting, then pour in your oil. Just give it a minute, it's going to heat up, and then you're going to add your flour and whisk till fully combined. It's very important for it to be fully combined. This is what's known as a roux. It's the basis for all sauces, all cream sauces, a bechamel, all the way to a gumbo. The only difference is how long you cook the flour for, because it will change colors. As you can see right here, it's just a kind of a creamy, kind of a really super light brown, and it will darken as we cook it. But you cannot walk away from it. Number one rule when doing a roux: don't walk away from it for too long. Even on a low setting, it will burn. It will catch your house on fire. Just something to keep in mind. It's very important to stay close by or have someone else stay close by if you have to go to the bathroom or what have you. It's a very delicate sauce mix to do. Don't worry if it doesn't look all smooth and glossy as you're mixing it. It will come into place soon with the heat. Don't worry. Just adjust your heat if you need to. Cannot cook too fast. Slow and steady is really the way you want to go with this. With the roux on a low setting, just cooking away, I'm going to go ahead and chop my onion. I am right next to the stove while I'm doing this, so that way, in between doing the vegetables, I can go back and stir it to make sure it doesn't stick. Pretty much with this recipe, the size of your vegetables do not matter. I just dice mine because I prefer it that way, but if you want big chunks, go ahead and do that. This is not the dish that's going to need precision when it comes to vegetables. You just need them to cook through, that's all, and get all soft and delicious. See, I just went and stirred my roux. See, like I say, you have to stay close to it. And yes, for my bell peppers, I do chop off all the bell pepper from the top because I feel that's bell pepper being wasted. And I want to get all that yummy goodness into my fricassee. So you can go ahead and do that. I just use a green one because personally I do like the green ones better. But color does not matter. I've done it with yellow, orange, red. It still comes out amazing. You do not have to use a green onion, but lately I've been on adding a green onion kick to all my food lately. I don't know why, and yes, I do use the white ends too. They're so full of flavor, you really don't want to throw those away. It's just an extra kind of weird tasting onion in your food. It is delicious, give it a try. But I chopped from the white end all the way up to the top to the green end and just added it into my food. Like I said, it's just something I've been doing lately, and I'm absolutely loving the flavor it's giving to my food. So if you haven't tried green onions, try it. Oh my god. You'll be shook to the floor. Like, this is me spilling the tea on this, okay? Try it. Trust me. As you can see, it has darkened. That's kind of the name of the game with the roux, is just waiting it out till it gets as dark as you need it to get. It's tedious, but it's well worth the effort if you make it homemade. Now, growing up, my grandma used to make it with a whole chicken that she'd cut up. I like the drumstick, so this is what I went with. All I did was season it with some potassium salt, some Cajun seasoning, the Tony Chachere's with no salt in it, some cayenne pepper, onion and garlic powder, and some Hungarian smoked paprika. I season both sides with this. And yes, I'm not a very big salt person. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong with Cajun food, is they over salt it because everything else they're putting in their food is full of salt. And it will ruin your food. So just keep that in mind. got my little pan. I put me some, what is it? Oh yeah, the vegetable oil. I was out of olive oil. I'm just going to swirl that around, and then I'm going to add the chicken to it and slowly cook the chicken. You don't want to cook the chicken all the way through. You don't. It's just enough for them to get some color and some flavorings in it so we can pull them out and put them aside for later. This is just about getting flavor right now. So don't worry about it if it's not cooked all the way. It'll finish cooking later. I was very amazed. I put 4 pounds of chicken in there. I surprised myself. I didn't think I could do it. I thought I had to do it in batches, but I didn't. And I added the rest of this loose seasoning that was on the board because, hell yeah, the seasoning. Do not clean your pan at this point. Go ahead and put your vegetables. I put mine in the fridge just so they stay nice. And I'm going to cook it in all the chicken grease and drippings so that way they can get some flavor and they can add some more flavor into those drippings and grease. It's just going to be a flavor city all the way around, and it's going to be amazing. It's all about what cooking is building up flavors. And of course I didn't have any garlic cloves, so I just went ahead and used my minced garlic that I had and added it a little bit later so they don't burn. Okay, I cooked them down for about 30 minutes. As you can see, they changed colors and they're full of those drippings and stuff, so they're so delicious right now. I could literally eat them with a spoon out of that pan. But I'm going to add my chicken stock to there. I'm going to let them simmer so that way all the flavors can mingle together. Once all of it has mingled together, I put my roux back on the stove and see how dark it is? That's the color I wanted, like a really kind of dark milk chocolate. And yes, my whisk wouldn't stay up. The pan was too high. And all I'm going to do is pour a little at a time of that chicken broth, chicken stock I have, and incorporate it in the roux. It's just easier to incorporate a little by little and then adding the rest, so that way it's easier to mix up, because trust me, sometimes when you're doing stuff like this, the roux at the bottom will just get kind of pasty, and then it won't mix well, and it takes a lot of effort to do it. So I just do it this way, and I'm just whisking in everything to make sure it's well combined. I had a little tiny bit of trouble, of course, because it's me, but I got it sorted out very quickly with a whisk. I just wanted to make sure it's really thoroughly mixed in. You don't want to have just a huge bite of roux. Trust me, that's not very pleasant. Okay, once everything starts boiling, I just added some more seasoning, some more of the potassium salt, and I added a little bit of Italian seasoning. Something else I've been really into, because it has the parsley flakes, the oregano and stuff I like to use, so why not just use them already cut up? Make it simple on myself. But I hate that little nozzle on it. I'm going to take it off. It annoys me. And since it's chicken, I'm going to add a dash of lemon pepper. It really gives something to the chicken and gives you another extra kick to it. And now I add my water just to give it some more liquid so it can boil down and be delicious. Okay, now here's the fun part. We get to add all the chicken into the pot. And of course, with any juices that have fallen to the bottom of that container, throw them in, honey. Trust me, throw them in. That's extra flavor. You don't want to say no to flavor. All right, this is good stuff here. Once all your chicken and juices are in, you want to make sure they're mixed in. Push the chicken down till they're covered, because you really want that stuff to cook through. I pretty much put the lid on. I cooked it on low for 2 hours. Very important, 2 hours. And there you have it, chicken fricassee. It's a long process, but well worth the end results. Let me tell you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for future videos. And also, give the notification bell a click and set your preferences to what you like. Sometimes you'll hear from me, or you can always hear from me. Whatever you like.